Didn't want to play me.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we're going to look at the second-year man, Sam Darnold, and the New York Jets as they match up with a former league MVP, Matt Ryan, and the Atlanta Falcons. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the New York Jets. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does. And you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, son.
The Jets work their way onto the field, led by the number 3 overall pick in 2018, Sam Darnold. And during the offseason, Darnold was asked where he was looking to improve. He told everybody being more comfortable in the pocket. You look back to the numbers from his rookie campaign, 17 touchdowns and 13 starts. So just imagine what a relaxed and more experienced Darnold might be able to accomplish with a stronger set of receivers now here in 2019. On first down, it's Darnold. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have
You know what the funny thing is? I turned off
and some of these
cell
runs,
clock,
while they
and
haven't
the
been
clock
successful
still
now,
runs
they
down.
may be successful later on.
When you first pick a
Nearly
play,
huge return.
it runs down to like
Still a
20
very
seconds
good
on
one.
the play.
24 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
I mean, there's nothing else I can do. I turned it off. Yeah, it's off. Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Stop giving us the high ground DLC and fix your shit.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. And here are the Falcon offensive starters.
Even in a down year for the Atlanta Falcons, it's always an up year for wide receiver Julio Jones. Now, I won't get crazy with numbers here, but consider this. 5 times he's been in the top 3 in receiving yards. He's been first in receiving yards per game 3 out of the last 4 seasons. He's a 6-time Pro Bowler, has every attribute you want, including that of being a terrific team leader.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure.
There's nothing to cry over. It's the Rams. Jared Goff is pretty good.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
I don't know if I'm going to have a hard time here with the Jets.
Jones hit
okay, Julio.
And it's scooped up
Thanks,
by
bud.
the Jets. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
Preseason.
yeah, right now, you know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Get the foot down.
And the Falcons get there for the sack. Ted McKinley made his way into the backfield. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progression.
He's the
to get
quarterback
rid of the
for the
football
Jets.
before he knew it.
He was a rookie last year,
That just
Sam
brings us
Darnold.
right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football.
Oh,
That led to the
nice play, number 26.
Second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for a new one there. Third down here. And we take a look now at the New York offense.
And with all the moves the New York Jets made in the offseason, one of the more valuable pickups, Kelechi Osemele, a two-time Pro Bowl guard who they got from the Raiders in a trade back in March. You know the Jets are going to try and run the football with Le'Veon Bell now. Osemele is one of the best moving guards in the NFL.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Here comes the Falcons.
So far, this has been a
get set to
defensive
take
game.
over here. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term
Number
memory,
77. What are you
a
doing?
whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of
He
scoring
keeps
some
trying
points
to
are gonna
double
feel pretty good
team
about it. They thought they had
the
things
nose
moving in
tackle
the right direction
when he
last
could
time.
go up and
Fumbles,
block
they
the
don't just affect you
linebacker
on
coming
offense, they affect your
in.
overall team because now your defense has to make that
But he
stand
doesn't.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Ryan to throw. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a first.
Yeah.
Down on a gain of 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, with that continuity
Austin
is there,
Hooper.
you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers. You're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson. Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action, the Falcons with the football.
Because the second quarter started.
Coming up.
And I'm like, oh, fuck.
After the first down sack, Ryan.
Well, last game he wasn't.
He's and all the way down inside the 5.
But I think the starters play a little longer in this
19
game.
yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs,
I think
3
they played
passes.
the.
All 3
I
passes
think they played the first half.
First and goal.
I think on defense now.
Devontae Freeman touchdown.
Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Falcons are in for 6. Well, that drive took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. New York set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? Now, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
You see, you're going
a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Come on, yes! Desmond
Trufant,
thank you.
But he cannot connect. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
At the 1.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
No, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position. A couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
On second down, Freeman. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
He's got Sanu.
Mohamed Sanu.
This out past the 25.
All right, 7 for 7 for 100 yards.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Now Ryan on second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is...
Fucking Cortana made me hit the wrong button.
Time of year, you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect.
Oh, but he still got it.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
21.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now the second down throw on target. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Reception brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club. And when we talk about...
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Robbie Anderson making his way back onto the field. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. Darnold on first down. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. To throw is Darnold.
Some think the team...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
After the interception, here's Ryan. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for third down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with a 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up this weekend in the NFL. In our game, the defenses look to be ready for the regular season. Maybe not the offenses just yet, but still a half to go as we get you back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half.
No, I did something in this game, and one of my other people was stupid.
And they've had the ability to see what you've done to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Pass hauled in downfield. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. For big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that. Yeah. They're fired out. That's a big game. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Leonard Williams, his 2nd sack of the night.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now Shaw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The kick by Tavecchio is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I'll tell you, with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Ready, ready. 8, read. Watch the run, watch the run. Check that.
Now it's the backup Simeon. Throw left side complete. That's Thompson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now
it wasn't at first.
Is a credit to their defense.
When
they've kept them in it.
First announced it.
They've made, and that just means you're one
but I guess before the game came out,
the question is, can this offense
must have got enough
and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Yeah.
Out of the gun, Simeon. And that is incomplete here. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth because with all the guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and
I normally
bigger
use it.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because, you know.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. And it's taken in at the 9. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Yeah, they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, try to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On 2nd down, Blunt. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
To throw again on 2nd down. Simeon on the right side. He finds Burnett. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
I love watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyler Davison hauling it off the edge to sack him. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Simeon. He's got it complete to Thompson. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Not on the shift that I want to be on, but...
They snap it to Simeon. Over the middle, complete. It's Thompson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
They said they couldn't play.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking to throw again on second down. Simeon. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there. First down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
On first down, it's Simeon. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards on the play.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Vic Beasley in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal. From the gun, here's Simeon. And this is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Back to throw, Simeon. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They'll begin here with Blood. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Again, here's Blood. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Here's Blood. And Blood will not get there. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been terrific so far. And look at this. It's a fake. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So the Jets now down by a field goal. And time, a huge factor. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Josh Bellamy, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. Now, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got a 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
Hey, Charlie. 29 is the mic. Mike 29. I got you. I got you, son. Be driven. Be driven.
Here's Shaw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
Atlanta. Luckily, they don't have any timeouts.
And it'll make it a 2nd down. And Simeon. This one caught over the middle by Burnett.
Going to go into overtime.
Work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime
I don't know.
after this time. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So out now come the Jets. Except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Simeon now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. And this one's incomplete. They were looking that time to get it to Justin Hardy, but it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ja'Kai Polite in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
Come on, man.
Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Coming this way. Here we go. Get it.
On 2nd and 9, Simeon. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. You know, some of those guys are probably...
Alright, I gotta go to another party real quick, Travis, to handle some business. I'll be right back.
It's preseason. Do we need overtime here?
Yeah, the people who need it and actually want it are guys on the fringe trying to make the team, want extra plays, get the attention of their coaches. But really, overall, no one involved in the NFL wants to play overtime in preseason.
But here we are, so seize the opportunity, I guess. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
Here's Simeon now on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On 3rd down, Montgomery. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back.
Sorry.
On 1st down, here's McGuire. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here comes the flags.
Defense.
My apologies.
In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
Okay. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.